Representatives of 2027. They'll be our incoming sophomores. I'll go over the format really quickly. We'll start off with opening statements. Each group will have 1 minute to introduce themselves. And then I will ask a series of questions, each having 30 seconds to respond. And then closing statements at the end. All right, so does anybody want to start with opening statements? Any group want to go first?
Hi, I'm Vivi. I'm running for sophomore class vice president. I'm really excited to get more involved with the school. I'm only involved in one club right now, but that's going to change.
Hi, I'm Mary. I'm running for president, and as you know, I was VP this year, so I really enjoyed it. I think ASB at the school is really fun, and I really hope that if I'm elected next year, I can help to make the school even more fun and dances and everything more like the school spirit be higher, I guess.
They can go.
Hi, I'm Mira, and this is Rocky. I'm running for president of 2027, and we're both in a lot of clubs, we're both in a lot of sports, and we kind of want to take this position and connect it more to the student body, so extracurriculars and fun activities, more student-based. Do you have anything?
I think that was most of it.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Hello, I'm Mateo De Leon, and I'm running for 2027 president. And I'm really close friends with our current president, and he's really taught me a lot about how to be president. So I feel like I could be really influential to the school. And also, I just hope I could get some more school spirit going. And yeah.
I'm Seamus. I'm going to be your vice president. I hope to be involved with a lot of things. I already am involved with a lot of sports and activities for this school. So, yeah.
We are both active in mini clubs, too. Thank you.
All right, and now for our first question. What are 5 things you plan to accomplish, and what changes do you hope to bring to the campus? Any group want to go first? Just go ahead.
Okay, so one thing we wish to do is make ACHS a more welcoming place. We want to be a group of people that anyone can talk to if they have any concerns, ideas, way to make this class more inclusive, more fun. Then we want to be someone that they can come talk to. We want to create more involvement for school-wide events. We want to use social media to do that. We want to have more videos advertising sports games and other theater events and other things like that so that we can promote more involvement at school events. We also would like to maybe start doing more booths at lunches and stuff, or maybe for the blacklight dance we could give out glow sticks, we could sell roses before prom, we could do colored items before versus week or something like that to just give students a little more insight into what school spirit means to us.
We also want to create environments that accommodate all students, not just the athletic, the social, people that go to extracurriculars. We want everyone to feel welcome. Also, clubs and extracurriculars are really important not only for students applying to college, but trade school and scholarships. So we'd like to have more club fairs, maybe a sport fair, and more advertising, particularly towards underclassmen.
We also want more involvement at rallies, of course, because they're so fun, but we think that if we had more in-crowd games and other stuff for the students who maybe don't want to be super involved but still want to have fun, then we could do more stuff like that, maybe some raffles, more music at rallies and stuff like that. And then maybe some student help as well. That's one thing that we really think would be good. I know in Key Club we had talked about maybe doing a tutoring service or something like that maybe we could provide to underclassmen or people just in the grades below us, even as sophomores, make freshmen feel more included, or maybe even just help kids in our own classes or stuff like that, so that everyone feels welcome and everyone feels like they belong here. So.
So considering that sophomore year is often referred to as the filler year of high school, I thought it would be really cute if we did something like a sophomore sleepover. I know a lot of schools do it where people spend the night, and it's kind of a good fundraiser for the club, and I think it'd be a really good way to get everyone involved.
Some more ideas are to get the clubs that we have here more involved in the community, like debate club, get it so we can actually have debates with other schools and stuff like that.
And then I also really want to focus on senior nights for sports. I think that as underclassmen, it's our job to make sure that the upperclassmen have a really memorable years at, STHS. So planning that, surprises, fun things like that. So engaging the community with games or raffles or something.
Another thing is maybe making it so the 8th graders who are transitioning to the high school make it so it's not such a cold plunge between the two, make it a lot more smoother for them.
And then finally, I thought Trivia Thursdays would be a really cute flex idea for anyone that's interested in just hosting a cute, maybe board game session. It doesn't necessarily have to be trivia, but just a cute way to get, a laid back flex where you can have some enrichment. Yeah.
Hi, it's Mateo again. Our 5 things that we really feel could improve the school is we really want students to be able to come to us and talk to us about anything, like suggestions for clubs, rallies, anything like that. We just want to be here for you to talk about. Another thing is you guys could help us clean up the campus, or we want to find a way to keep the campus cleaner.
We also want to help everybody know what clubs are out there, and help them stay connected to certain groups, and help everybody in our class find a group of people that they feel comfortable with, and set them up with clubs or athletics and things like that, and make that more well known, because there's a lot of clubs that people don't really know about. So that's another thing that we want to work on.
Another thing we want to work on is really helping out those school sports that aren't represented, because our football and soccer teams and maybe girls soccer, those are known, but I feel we should be supporting more of the swim team, lacrosse, and just some other teams. Golf, I feel that's a really unsupported thing, and we maybe find a way to get to the bus to the cross games or anything like that, or even Sorry, there's another sport I was thinking of. But yeah, I feel we really should help those, because there's no one at those games. I've been to some of those games, or even the swim meets. There's no one. I really feel we should have some supporters there for Tahoe. That is all. Thank you for listening.
Okay, for our next question, what makes you a good candidate? What strengths do you bring to the table?
Just keep it in order.
Okay, so both of us are involved a lot. We've only been in one club, we're in Key Club, but we've done a lot of volunteer hours through Key Club, and we feel we're very involved in the community.
Even though I wasn't on ASB, I did help out a lot. I went to dances to help set up. I went to a lot of volunteer events, and I think we just know what the job entails, and we are ready to be committed.
We also have a lot of ideas, as we listed before, like the student tutoring services and booths at lunch to promote different ASB events. We think that would really help spread school spirit, and that would help just make our year as memorable as possible.
That's it.
So this year I was involved with National History Day, Climate Crew, Key Club, Debate, and Newspaper. And I'm the up-and-coming secretary for Debate, along with the co-president with Rocky for Newspaper, and president for National History Day, as well as treasurer for Key Club. So we're both very involved, and we're both in a lot of clubs with leadership positions, which means that we actually have a voice in those, and we can connect the student body to these events or cool activities.
We're also in tennis, track, and basketball, so we can juggle our schedules pretty well.
Yeah. So we're good at managing our time and still maintaining good grades while relatively having, a good social life, I would say. But yeah.
Hello. I feel like we would be a very good candidate because I may not be involved as many clubs or stuff like that. I'm in like one club, but I want to be honest here. I don't really go. It wasn't the club for me. But I feel like I also know many kids at the school, and like I know a lot of kids, so that can really help me with like if anyone has any suggestions, because I really want to touch on that anyone could come to me, and if I have a voice, like I could really like put those ideas into something. Also, we're very active in sports. Seamus is the JV track captain, and I was the JV soccer captain, and Seamus was also very active in basketball.
Yeah, so we're team captains of numerous sports for our grade. So we have leadership positions in multiple sports. And that helps us stay involved and stay connected to kids throughout our grade. So yeah, we're two people that are easy to come to and have like conversations with about the school and the problems, and I believe that we can fix them. So yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. Have a good day.
Being a part of ASB, it requires a lot of commitment to the ASB team. How are you ready? How can you prepare to commit to your positions?
Oh, I think that one might be only for
ASB?
Yeah.
Right.
We got that.
Then,
we should do that question.
how are you involved with your school and wider city community?
As we're both members of Key Club, we've obviously volunteered in a lot of on-campus activities like the cleanup and Winterfest, but we've also gone around Tahoe informing businesses about a water bottle ban through Key Club as well.
Yeah. We've also volunteered at the Firefest. We both of us volunteered at the golf tournament as well, which is for the boosters for the district, so that we can have more fun things to do at our schools. And we're always looking for a way to give back, and we love this beautiful place that we live, and we're so lucky to go to this school, so we're very excited to give back whenever we can.
I'm currently involved in the sports med program, which obviously has a ton of opportunities. And I'm also part of South Tahoe High School's Viking Choir, which isn't a totally well-known program, but I think it's probably my funnest activity that I've had so far this year. And I would really love to get the news out about that because I think it's a great opportunity and, fun trips. Volunteer.
Our volunteering, we have 50 hours combined in all. So there's a variety of stuff we like to do for our community, like the fishing derby, Firefest, and the Winterfest.
Yeah, and then I also participated in Key Club's grant, which was awarded $1,000 for a community board. So as ASB, I would be able to help run that board more accurately and have up-to-date postings about clubs, sports, the whole ladder.
Hi. I feel like I'm really involved in this community because we help a lot. And I'm also in Key Club, which helps me volunteer. and I get volunteering hours there, but I help with the school, but also the community. I volunteer for many sports teams to help raise money so they can go to tournaments and really have the sporting experience.
Yeah, just like the sporting experience he said, we both have been very fortunate to be on a club team with a lot of fundraising. And so we've been trying to do more fundraising for the smaller soccer club teams so they can have the same experience that we did. And it's not just soccer that we volunteer for. It's different sports and athletics that we volunteer for the younger people. Just like tonight, I'm going to volunteer for our middle school track team to officiate their home meet. So we're very involved in a lot of different fundraising and things like that for the community.
Yes.
All right, I will now open questions up to people in the audience, and you can ask to certain clubs or groups or just overall, and you guys can each respond how you'd like. Any questions? Any questions from ASB members at the moment? Addie?
I feel like something that is said in almost every campaign is like, oh, we are someone that's people could come to. Like, is there a way that like you would, make it available for people who don't feel comfortable to come to you in person? Like, what is the system? Anyone?
We actually had an idea where we might create a Google form so that people can, or something like that people can just like give their ideas in a like organized way that we can keep track of while also being confidential, so they don't feel like they need to like tell like a whole class or something, or like come up to us at lunch if they don't feel comfortable with that. Then or they can, like, we'll try to make ourselves as open as possible for them to come and talk to us. But if they don't feel comfortable with that, we would like to have a digital way that they can just send us a message, or we'll give our email out or something like that so that they can get their ideas heard.
I think it would be really important to have both like an online version and also a physical version, because a lot of people don't have either the access at home on digital things, or they just don't necessarily want that to be tracked back to them. So I think having those two options about either like a Google form or some kind of website at SEH's page, or just a small little box near the wellness center, which I think would be a great place to advertise for, community help, because we have trained professionals on campus that are way more qualified than we are, but as students we'll be able to have a unique perspective that's a little more down to earth and connected versus those opportunities. So I think that would be where we would fix that bridge. Yeah.
Really good answer.
I believe that me and Mateo have like a lot of connections through all the sports that we do, and we have a wide range of like friends at this school, and we believe that we're connected to pretty much everybody, and we're not very intimidating, and so I think what we are going to work on. Can you stop laughing? Is that we're just going to try to make it easier for people to be able to come up to us and talk to us about their problems, and I feel like we're very open and not very intimidating to people. Just letting people know that they can come to us is really the big thing.
Another small thing is I think we could have like times at school or after school where like kids can come to us with suggestions or anything they want to talk about, just to us, so we can be there.
Any other questions? Sen?
I don't get a microphone. Our first thing we have out the door is a rally next year, and it's off the Welcome Back. And then we have Club Rush will be like the second or third week, and then we have homecoming floats. Your time at the first part of school is super, super important for your engagement and everything. If you're doing multiple sports or doing stuff, how is your plan of helping getting your float decorated, getting people, your class to show up? Because I don't see too many of your class, you have like 260 kids, and this is all we could get. How do we get the rest of the freshman class that will be sophomores next year excited and engaged in activities so we don't have this? Because you guys are all here, you're already showing that you're involved and you're excited. What is going to be our ticker to get the rest of the people to show up?
I think that definitely is a really big problem that we've noticed as well. A lot of people not wanting to be involved in rallies or not wanting to go to them, or dances have been a problem, I know. We kind of mentioned earlier that we have ideas for like, so I think that me and we have a very diverse friend group. Like, we have a lot of artistic people. We don't just know people from sports. We also know people that are shy and people that don't come to rallies and they don't attend dances. And so I think reaching out to them and getting them to come is really important, as well as doing daily social media posts so people don't just forget day of, they come to school prepared and ready and excited. Yeah, and also the booths idea, I think that would be kind of fun to do at lunch, like maybe once a week before a dance, like for 3 weeks before or something like that. We could do something where we could hand out glow sticks, kind of get the word about the blacklight dance out, play some music, kind of have it outside, like do something that's just really fun to get people kind of hyped about it. And then, just kind of spread the word, I guess, just get it more well known using social media and just sport events.
So I think the biggest thing that everyone says to that question is probably social media, but I think our engagement starts with us. So getting those representatives to homecoming, like you said, and to the dances and the rallies is crucial. And I think this year there was a big gap in that, and since we didn't have those officials there consistently, there wasn't as much engagement, because if your class president isn't going, then why would you even show up?
Your class president and vice president showed up to almost everything.
I'm sorry,
Just
that was
to let you know that.
not essentially for our class. That was unclear. But I meant, I know Miri did a lovely job, and I talked to Jack and I got a lot of his recommendations. But I just meant for consistency, there's been a large group of people who are involved with clubs and just take on that position but don't necessarily attend or put their full intention into it. And we've already talked to, our coach for tennis, which would be around the time of the start of school, and she's perfectly okay with everything, like missing for homecoming and engaging with that. So, which I think is a really lovely opportunity we've been granted. But yeah, so.
I feel like a lot of them talked about how
I believe that me and Mateo will be able to bring a lot of hype to certain events, and be able to get the kids that usually don't participate in things, which makes it less fun, given like the rallies and dances and all that. I believe that we will be able to hype up a crowd in that type of a situation and get like everybody participating, which will bring up like school spirit and like the participation. So yeah.
another thing Miss Ferguson mentioned is how we'll be able to make it to building floats and stuff like that. And like I've said, me and Seamus have both been doing sports almost all our lives and haven't been juggled that with school and other sports. And I feel like with that, like we have that ability to find time no matter what to help build floats or help work with the dances or stuff like that, help before rallies and like help clean up after. I feel like we're really good at helping to find time with that stuff.
Yeah, and one last thing is we both did leadership in middle school, so we know like the responsibilities that like it takes to like be able to like set up a dance and like help stay and clean up after and all that. We know the responsibilities already. So yeah. Thank you.
All right, we will now move on to our closing statements. Any group want to go first?
Okay, so we hope that our ideas, concepts of inclusion, and general messages that we've mentioned today leave you all with a good sense of what we plan to do and why we want to do it. We really love this class and we want to make our sophomore year as memorable as it possibly can be, because as they mentioned, it's supposed to be kind of like a bridge year. So we just want to make it as memorable as it can be and as fun as it can be.
Yeah, I'm just really excited to get more involvement and for myself to participate more as well. And I think it's going to be a really fun year.
Well, I'm really excited to work with everyone and make our years here, because it's only high school once, hopefully. Everyone have a really memorable time, and so when you look back on it, you'll be happy that you did those stuff, like go to dances and go to clubs and sporting events, and just feel really included with the community here.
Yeah, so Mira and Rocky for class president. I invite class and vice president. Yay.
I just want to say thank you for all those showed up. I know not a lot, there wasn't a big turnout, but I'm happy to those who I did ask did show up. Thank you for that. Thank you for participating, even if there weren't really many questions. And I'm just really grateful for that. And I just really hope that like what we said today was really heard by all of you and what we can do and help for this school.
Yeah, I believe that me and Mateo can make a change in this school. So vote Mateo Seamus, president, vice president, class of 2027.
Have a great day.
All right, and that wraps up our debate for the class of 2027. Thank you for coming.